Hey everybody, this is Mike Sims. I know for some of you this is the very first time you're actually seeing what I look like. I know all you Bigger on the Inside listeners have just heard my voice for these past 4, almost 5 years now, and really have no clue what I look like, but this is me. This is me too, bald and shiny from the lights. Anyways, so you're thinking, what's this video? What is Mike doing? And probably more specifically, what is Patreon? Well, Patreon is like Kickstarter, but it's not. Oh, by the way, if you keep seeing me look over here, or if I flip this video, it'd actually be over here, I guess. It's because I have notes there, or not so much a script, but okay, I got a script. Well, anyways, what Patreon is like I said, it's like Kickstarter, but it's not. With Kickstarter, you say, okay, here's $5 or $10 or however much towards this project that you'll eventually release. What Patreon does is it says, here's $1 or $5 or $10 or whatever for every installment of that thing you're already doing. So that's the difference. It's Patreon's for what's already being done, whereas Kickstarter's for this thing that's going to be done in the future. Meaning, if you put $1 in that little box that's right here, or again, if I flip the video, I guess it'd be there. I've never done video editing, so pardon me. This is like the first time I've ever really done this. But if you just put $1 in that box and then you click that button, every time an episode of Bigger on the Inside is released, you'll have pledged $1 or $5 or $11 or whatever you put in that box, or again, just whatever you can afford, towards the show. Now I'm going to come back to this stuff in a minute. Now, why specifically have I joined Patreon? And it's because I've been running Earth2.net for over 9 years now. It'll be 10 years in March, or actually April. I always forget the start date. I think it's technically March, but I always say April, so whatever. And I really want to make it my full-time job. On top of Earth2.net, I do have a desk job. This is it right here. What you are seeing, this is where I work. This is an old printer that I bought like 10 years ago or something. I didn't buy it. The department bought it. That's another printer. That's a server. That's a ton of ink. That's a cabinet. There's a filing cabinet with some other crap in there. This is my job. I like my job. It's afforded me a lot of responsibility. It's given me a lot of time to do Earth2.net, and I really do appreciate the people I've worked for and the school that I have worked for. That said, I want to make Earth2.net my full-time job. I'm finally ready to make that jump. 10 years in, or almost 10 years in, I finally want to do this. But the problem is, Earth2.net doesn't make money. There are banner ads on there, but and I love those sponsors, but they don't generate enough income to allow me to just say Earth2.net is what I can do full-time with my time. Now, once, or if, Earth2.net becomes my full-time job, what this is going to allow me to do is focus all of my attention on Earth2.net, which means there will be more written content on the site, preferably weekly, but actually no, preferably daily. I'd love to have daily written content on the site, but I just don't have the time to generate that myself or go out there and edit the things that are submitted to me. It will allow me to get to podcasting projects that I've had on the back burner for years and years. It'll free up so much time if I can actually make Earth2.net my full-time. I keep saying job. I don't want to say job. I want to make it my career, because I already see it as my career, and I really want to be proud of that and say that this is, if you have a job, that's something you don't want to do. Your career is that thing that you do, and I'm very proud of Earth2.net, and I don't want to call it my job. I really want to call it my career. Anyways. So that is the goal with this, is to turn Earth2.net into something that's self-sustaining, that is something that I can wake up in the morning and I can just focus on that all day long, and I don't have to come here and do my printing stuff and the server stuff and the ink stuff and all that stuff, okay? Now, back to what you can pledge. There's 3 things I want to touch on here. First, this doesn't mean that I'm charging for content. Not at all. every episode of Bigger on the Inside will remain free. Just see this as a like a tip jar or something like that. 2, you can set a maximum amount so you don't go over your budget. For instance, typically Bigger on the Inside has come out every other Sunday. It's a fortnightly podcast. But let's say for whatever reason we decide to change that. Dan and I decide to change that, and we go weekly as we lead into, as we catch up with Doctor Who and we get to the end of Bigger on the Inside. Well, if you say I want to donate $10 an episode because you know we come out twice a month, so you could say, oh, okay, I can afford $20 a month, but I can't do $21 a month, let's say. Well, you can set a maximum amount. So in case we do change format and we do go to a weekly show, which isn't going to happen. I'm just using this as an example. A better example would be if it's a 5-week month and there's 3 Sundays. Well, again, you're like, well, I can do $20, but I can't do that extra 10 for that 30. So you can set a maximum so you don't go over your budget, so you don't break your bank, because that's not what I want you guys to do. I don't want you to inconvenience yourselves just so you can help support Earth2.net. In no way, shape, or form do I want that. Now, the third thing I want to mention here is, and this is great. This is just like Kickstarter. Is there are rewards for every donation level. You're going to see them right down there. That was inadvertent. I promise you. But you will see them below this video, and you know, I forget what I've made them right now. Just scroll down when you're done with this video, and you can see what all of the rewards are. So not only will you continue to get Bigger on the Inside, not only will you have the satisfaction of knowing you helped support Earth2.net and Bigger on the Inside, but you will also get something else for that. So this video has been going on for a bit, maybe a bit too long, but hey, as I said, it was my first one ever, so you know, it was a little rough, and I apologize for that, but I hope you guys see my enthusiasm for Earth2.net, for Bigger on the Inside. I hope it's infectious, and if you can donate, that is great. Again, that button's there, or there, wherever. I don't even know. You gotta flip the video into all that video stuff that I don't know how to do. But anyways, thank you guys in advance. Bye!